Good morning from Prudent Prosperity, Wednesday, October 15th. Here are 5 things you need to know today. Number 1. Stock futures are moving higher after major indexes turned in a mixed performance yesterday amid ongoing trade tensions between the U.S. and China. Futures tied to the tech-heavy Nasdaq were up 1% recently, while those linked to the benchmark S&P 500 rose 0.8% and Dow Jones Industrial Average futures added 0.5%. Gold futures were up more than 1% at $4,215 an ounce, as the precious metal continues hitting record highs amid economic uncertainty and stock market volatility. Bitcoin was trading at $112,000, down from an overnight high of $113,600, and well below its all-time high of $126,000 set early last week. The yield on the 10-year Treasury note, which can influence a variety of consumer loans, was holding steady at 4.02%, near a 5-week low. Number 2. Bank of America and Morgan Stanley this morning released quarterly results that beat Wall Street expectations, joining several other major institutions that released strong earnings reports yesterday. Bank of America reported third-quarter revenue of $28.24 billion, better than the $27.5 billion expected from analysts tracked by Visible Alpha, while its earnings per share of $1.06 topped the consensus view of 95 cents. Morgan Stanley reported revenue of $18.2 billion, compared with the consensus estimate of $16.69 billion, while EPS of $2.80 came in above estimates of $2.11.2. Investors will be keeping tabs on what bank executives are saying about the outlook for their businesses after J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon warned Tuesday of uncertainty stemming from complex geopolitical conditions, tariffs, and trade uncertainty, elevated asset prices, and the risk of sticky inflation. Shares of Bank of America and Morgan Stanley were up more than 4% in recent pre-market trading. Number 3. With data releases delayed as the federal government shutdown enters its 3rd week, investors will be closely watching today's 2 p.m. Eastern Time release of the Federal Reserve's Beige book. The Beige book provides a summary of economic conditions in each of the 12 regions of the Federal Reserve and is published 2 weeks before each Fed meeting, with the next scheduled for October 28th to 29th. While investors won't get the Consumer Price Index report for September that was originally scheduled for release today, that report will be published on October 24th, as officials said that the data was needed to determine Social Security payment levels. Number 4. ASML Holding shares are rising in pre-market trading after the Dutch semiconductor equipment maker reported better-than-expected income and sought to reassure investors on 2026 sales, even as its third-quarter sales came in below analysts' estimates. ASML reported quarterly revenue of €7.516 billion, $8.74 billion, compared with expectations of €7.67 billion, $8.92 billion, from analysts tracked by Visible Alpha. 3 net income of €2.125 billion, $2.47 billion, was above the analyst consensus of $2.083 billion, $2.42 billion. The company said it expected 2026 sales to exceed 2025 levels, but would provide more information in January. ASML warned in July that it couldn't guarantee growth in 2026 due to ongoing trade tensions with China. ASML shares, which have gained more than 40% since the start of the year, rose more than 4% ahead of the bell. Number 5. Big 3 automaker Stellantis said it would invest $13 billion into U.S. auto manufacturing over the next 4 years, the largest single investment in the company's 100-year U.S. history. For the investment will support the introduction of 5 new vehicles across the company's brands, which includes Jeep and Chrysler, and the addition of 5,000 new jobs at plants in Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. The automaker recently reported a rise in third-quarter U.S. sales, which snapped a 2-year streak of year-over-year sales declines. Shares of Stellantis were up 0.5% in recent pre-market trading. And that's it for today.
If any of today's insights sparked a question or made you think about your own financial journey, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Let's take your next step together, strategically and confidently. And always remember, stay prudent, stay prosperous. Make it a great day.